In 428 BC, a Greek philosopher by the name of Plato asked the question, "What is real?" And he predicted the rise of Minecraft itself. He wrote it down in dialogues, via conversations and debates by thinkers. This is what he would later call the Republic, his most famous work. At face value, this was about power, conversation, the state, and society. But it is not one of politics but of reality itself. And various topics in it contribute to the gravity of Minecraft in our culture. Minecraft and gaming in general are used in our community as an escape from our current lives. This is evocative of Plato's main argument in his work, the Allegory of the Cave. In this story, Plato describes a cave where people are chained and are only able to observe the shadows that flash between their eyes, until one person escaped, and he realized that the real world is so much more than shadows. Only those who escape one's current reality can truly see what the world has to offer. Just like in Minecraft, we are plopped into this empty world, an empty canvas that is the supposed reality for the inhabitants of it. No one has the capability to differ this blocky world. Not the villagers, not the pigs, the sheep, no one. Except for us. We as players are randomly spawned into this world, but unlike the creatures in it, we have the ability to create and alter reality itself. We have the ability to build incredible structures that take days, months, or even years to create. We have the ability to fool around with the mobs, maybe make some friends along the way. We have the ability to express ourselves that other inhabitants just cannot physically do. Others have taken it immense heights, creating massive servers, civilizations, and straight up simulations of society. Some even tell incredibly creative stories. In other words, we are the individuals who escaped the cave being our reality itself. Although we find it difficult to start this world at first, maybe from a lack of knowledge from the game or just the terror of starting over again from the basics, eventually we get out of this phase. We learn not to just build a dirt house on our first day, but to create a world, a reality to our liking. The reason why Minecraft is so culturally popular is that people have used it as an escape from their dreadful, mundane lives. However, there is more to the story. When the freed prisoner came back to tell everyone what he found, they didn't celebrate him. Instead, they called him a fool, because what he was describing didn't match the reality they had spent their whole lives accepting. And admitting he was right meant admitting they had been wrong about everything. This is similar to the reality of gamers as a whole, although one would argue that gaming in itself is a cave that we ultimately fall victim to. In a way, it can also be the reality that we fail to perceive in our daily routines. Which is why most of the time, the world treats people who take Minecraft seriously as idiots. Tell someone outside of gaming that you spent 3 months building a city in Minecraft, that you lost sleep over it, that you're proud of it, that it truly meant something to you. The response is always some version of the same thing. It's just a game, grow up, go outside, touch some grass. The freed prisoner came back from reality with something real, and the people of the cave told him he was wasting his time. Minecraft players and gamers in general have been having that exact conversation with the rest of the world for almost 2 decades. Despite this push and pull from the people outside of the gaming community, we still inevitably choose to play it over and over again, just to break the cycle of our lives for an hour or two. But even though we stop playing for months, even years, due to school, work, or other things, the moment we come back to the game, we still remember the basics. We still remember crafting recipes, villager traits, the wild level of diamonds. We seem to never forget the basics or even the intricacies of playing this beloved game. But why is that? This can be connected to another work by Plato, the Meno. In the Meno, a boy who has never been taught found the answer to a complex geometry problem purely by questioning alone. Through the Socratic method, he eventually found the answer to the problem without any prior knowledge. By using Socrates as his point of view, Plato essentially says that knowledge is poured into us from within. Learning, thus, is not acquisition, but instead recollection. The same can also be said about why we never truly forget the basics of Minecraft. Minecraft is known to be one of those games that leaves players clueless. It doesn't have a tutorial, it doesn't even have instructions or minimaps that tell you where to go. It's just you. And yet, through trial and error, by sheer questioning of the game's mechanics, we as players know the so-called right way to play to a T. We have cultural values and norms embedded in the community that the first thing to do when you load up a world is break a tree and nothing else. This is an example of a mechanic in Minecraft that we just come to know of, maybe due to our experience with the game or by interacting with the community. Just like the boy in the story, we eventually figured out the invisible guidelines that were in the game. Similarly, we have remembered countless crafting recipes even before they were added to the crafting menu, because the knowledge was already there. It was inside of us. However, the typical Minecraft gameplay is not just breaking a tree, getting some tools, mining some diamonds, and maybe beating a few bosses. There is so much more to do. We build. Some people take it to extreme lengths, building actual architecture that requires practice and knowledge. But no one teaches us what looks good or what doesn't. There is no mechanic in Minecraft that dictates what beauty is. No one system about a specific color palette or which blocks to use in buildings. Yet, we subconsciously just gravitate towards those few blocks that make your house look aesthetically pleasing. It's always spruce wood and dark oak and stone bricks and nothing else. Why not use granite or amethyst or both as your building blocks? Because it doesn't feel right. As fans, you know what a good house should look like, what a good base should look like. Though I wouldn't judge you if you'd use granite or amethyst for your house, using traditional building blocks just feels better. This is what Plato was trying to see all along. The ideal version of a specific building is already inside the player before they even know it. This is recollection. And nobody proved this more completely than one person. Someone who never had a coach, never had a curriculum, never had someone sit him down and explain how to be what he became. Someone who figured it all out on their own, through the same process that Plato described, until everything that was already inside him finally had a shape that manifested his greatness. His name was Technoblade.
And he looked at me right in the eyes and said, Technoblade never dies.
Technoblade is a legend to the Minecraft community, and this was foreshadowed by Plato's work, the Phaedo. He states that the things that are truly real, the soul, the ideas, the things that actually matter, do not end when the body dies. Although our physical body ceases to exist at some point, our mark on the world still persists. Technoblade was a Minecraft YouTuber who at its peak was considered the greatest player to ever touch the game. His influence was admired by fans and creators alike, not just through his skill in the game but also his love for the community. In 2021, he revealed he had been diagnosed with cancer. Despite this, through sheer love of the game and his community, he kept making videos, he kept entertaining, he kept engaging with the community that he so dearly loved. The following year, Technoblade passed away. He was only 23 years old. His final video was uploaded by his father. It was a letter Technoblade had written himself, addressed directly to his audience. His last words to the community he had spent years building.
I hope you guys enjoyed my content and that I made some of you laugh. And I hope you all go on to live long, prosperous, and happy lives. Because I love you guys. Technoblade out.
As of now, it has 127 million views on his channel. And here's where Plato's Phaedo becomes something more than philosophy. Technoblade's body is gone. By every physical measure, he is no longer here. But open YouTube right now and his videos are still there. His commentary, his dry humor, his automatic potato farm, all of it persists exactly as he left it. The Minecraft community still quotes him, still celebrates him, still says his name with a specific reverence that is reserved for people who left something genuinely real behind. In essence, his peers still remember him dearly while his fans still contribute something to his community every so often. His most famous line, Technoblade never dies, was merely a joke before it carried so much weight. He said it to taunt opponents in tournaments. It sort of became a rallying cry, and then it became something neither he nor anyone else fully anticipated. It now carries a meaning that is much stronger than its initial one. In the present time, it is used as a quote that reminds us of the greatness of Technoblade. It invokes a bittersweet feeling of Technoblade's legacy in the world. Not because he is physically here, but because what he built did not disappear when his body did. Plato argued that the soul outlasts the body. That which is truly real persists beyond death. Technoblade is the clearest proof Minecraft has ever produced of that argument. Technoblade never dies.
Guy, but you know,
Well, maybe Dan.
Dan, it's gotta be
TDM.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan TDM. But then I would want someone of your generation, so like yourself or like Dream or something.
no, Techno.
Techno, yeah, Technoblade, yeah.
Should
So
be Dano.
yeah, so I think I don't know. That's probably too many heads.
These three works of Plato were born out of one question that he asked way back and never stopped trying to answer. What is real? In the end, this beloved game answered it. The allegory of the cave told us that reality is bigger than what we're given, and Minecraft handed every player an empty world and dared them to prove it. The Meno told us that knowledge was never poured into us from outside, and Minecraft never gave us a tutorial because it never needed to. The knowledge was already there. The Phaedo told us that what truly matters outlasts the physical, and Technoblade still has an impact on the community. Still talking, still making people laugh. Although the body was temporary, the soul was not. Almost 2 entire decades and a pixelated world with no story, no finish line, no instructions is the legacy of Minecraft. But here's what Plato actually gives us. Not just a framework for understanding why Minecraft works, a framework for understanding why it matters. Because the same world that calls Minecraft a waste of time is the same world that called a freed prisoner a fool. And if Plato taught us anything, it is that the people who turn around, who refuse the default, who build something real in the dark, those are not the people wasting their time. Gaming has spent decades defending itself, proving it is more than just staring at the screen and shooting people. And maybe we've been making the wrong argument this whole time, because Plato didn't defend philosophy by listing its practical benefits. He defended it by asking one question so clearly and so honestly that 2400 years later, it still has no better answer. What is real? Ask that question inside Minecraft and look at what people have built. Look at the servers still running. Look at the world still saved. Look at the millions of people who press play on a dead man's final letter just to feel connected to something that refused to end. That is the answer. And though the world outside will keep calling it just a game, you already know what it really is. We've known it since the very first time we survived the night.